Good morning, everybody. Rick here. Today is Thursday, August the 20th. Time is now 10:59 Eastern Standard Time. Here's what I'm looking at. NQ, I haven't triggered yet, but I have you're going to have a zone that's getting ready to form here. An I zone, unless we got a big push down, but this is a solid area right here on the -1.5 deviation line. So I have a working order set for 44.32 to go long on that one, and the stop will be set at 44.22, and take profit is up here off the 38.2% line on 5 contracts. So there's the zone right there, just formed. So I'm going to see if we can push it on back down again. I may go ahead and turn this into a market order. If we can, thinking it's going to push it on down, get filled. It may actually come back to this zone, but 44.32 is actually a really good price. So we're kind of just hanging around 44.33. 44.33, 275. Come on. Come on. All right, I'm getting in. All right, I'm in at 44.33 for 5 contracts long at on NQ. So what I'm looking at, this is just a retracement. We may get up here to the moving average line, but I'm gonna take profit right here on the 38.2 for a scalp if we can get up to there. We may come and test this I zone real quick, but I don't really think it's going to break it. And if we get below this candle again, I may look to get right back into it again. Yeah, I'm thinking we're gonna hover above the 1.5 deviation line, and then we might push up, and I think we may just stay up for the rest of the day on this one here. So okay, let me go over here and double check on the order flow. Oh, too big or too small. Okay, what I'm looking for is this number to push towards 0, and this is actually an okay area for your volume nodes. I'd like for it to be a little bit lower though. So we had a fight. We got a big buildup going on here. If we can break past what is this, 44.40.25, then I think we're gonna shoot on up there really quick. So we just kind of have a battle going on at this moment here. So we had yeah, this was the original bounce at 10:30. Yeah, I didn't catch that one though, cause yeah, let me pull this back up. At 10:30. So that big push down, it had a lot of volume following it, and I had to wait for confirmation on the turnaround because that was really difficult to read. So I knew this zone was coming after that push down, and one on this bar closed right here. So we'll see where we can get to. All right, we're at 44.39.75 right now. Close that. So profit target is P&L is sitting at $650. So we're shooting for up here. Once we get to 1 standard deviation line, I'll pull a contract off, maybe 2, and then I'm going to move my stop up to break even plus a tick. So we're still kind of in a profile building zone right up in here. So, all right, guys, I'll be back and we'll see where we're at later. Okay, stop just got hit on this one at 44.23.25. So, we're still getting a lot of down pressure. So I need to watch this one for just a little bit. I'm going to be paying attention down here to the delta and see if we get a divergence in here somewhere on this bar. There was a divergence here, so now we're testing right into the institutional zone. And let me show you something on the bigger time frame here. This was a very strong area of demand at one time. Because this is a 14-40-minute bar, this isn't going to close for some time, but I need to watch this one on the 30-minute chart. And if we close below this, it may be a chance that we're just going to continue to push down and get on back into this area here also. So instead of a long, I may be looking to take a short based off of the bigger time frames. They're much more reliable than the shorter ones. So we're floating in this area, but we're still, I'm still thinking we may get a retracement back up here. Okay. So I need to watch, and if I get back into this trade again, I will record this, start this video again. So, all right, I'm gonna pause it for a moment, and I am going to just watch and wait. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Okay, I went back long again. It was right there at the bottom of the institutional zone. At bottom was at 44.19. I'm in long at 44.20 for 5 contracts, and we're still leaving the original target back up to the to the 38.2 line. So it got into a big fight, and then you had a lot of demand orders sitting in right here at 44.1875 is the bottom of it, and you had a lot of demand orders sitting right in this area. So I was catching the slingshot off of it for it to push back up again. So 5 contracts long again. Stop is really tight. This at 44.17, 44.17, and just kind of waiting for the break again. So if we breach this line, I won't be looking to get back into this trade until possibly the 2 deviation line down here, which is sitting at 44.0725. So it may just kind of linger in this area for a little bit, then we'll decide what direction we're going in. So, all right, I'm gonna pause the video and then we'll be back and see kind of where we're at. All right, guys. All right, guys. So right now we are channeling, but I am up about $1,000 or so. So I'm going to actually close this trade right now. What that's going to do is take away my loss earlier, and I'm going to wait and see if we're going to get into this new zone that formed. So give me just a second. Let me close this trade. Okay. Submit order, market. Okay, so that one's closed at just over $1,000 now. So that just put me up about $300 or $400 profit for the day. But I'm still very interested in this trade. So what I want to do is wait and see if we're going to come back and test down here again, in which I'll enter probably around 44.20 again, along with a tight stop just below this institutional zone. Or if we start breaking up, I will look to get long just above this candle, this wick right here, somewhere around 44.40. So right now we're just kind of channeling along, and you got a big build up on the order flow, on the order flow charts. So if you can see, I mean, all this is just really building up in this area here. So I need to see if we're going to break. So I was looking at 44.40 for an entry, looking at this big divot here. My exact entry will probably be around 44.37.50. And if we get back down here again, testing the current day low, I will look to get long again also. But yeah, I'm thinking it's still gonna, I'm not 100% certain, as you can never be in the markets anyway. But yeah, I'm still thinking we're not gonna close below the low today. But regardless, wherever we get in, my stops are gonna be really, really tight. So at most, I'll just be losing a couple $100 on these trades with 5 lots. So I'm going to go back and watch. I'm going to see kind of the area that we're in. I'm going to set a limit buy here at 44.20. That is, I'm going to be watching the volume also and seeing if we got momentum behind it or not. And I will also be setting another limit buy up here at, well, I'm not going to set it because it will trigger 44.37. I'll see if we'll actually push back into this area here. So right now I'm going to break down these numbers, see if we got a lot of sell orders sitting in certain areas. Right here at 44.24 it seems to be a strong hold on it, where if it dips down, it shoots right on back up to it. So I'm going to watch this area, and 44.20 is a possible entry, and 44.37.50. So, all right, guys, I'll be back in a little bit, and we'll see where we're at. All right, we're getting back into an area of critical turn right now. I'm waiting for this number to start getting a lot smaller. Right here. So we're getting hung up right in here. So it pushed down, it missed my entry at 44.20 by a tick. So I took that off, and now I'm just sitting waiting. I'm gonna pull the trigger on a market order, just kind of seeing which way we want to go with it right now. But I'm waiting for this sell. I need the sellers to start drying up, and they're still here pretty strong, but you got a lot of buyers still sitting in this area too. So here's your volume node right here. It's sitting pretty low, which is what I like. I would like to see a delta divergence on one of these candles here. So now I'm just waiting to see if I can pull the trigger yet going long. It is 12:18 Eastern Standard Time, so we're in the middle of lunch, but we still have a lot of pressure down. So I'm not going to jump in front of this train. I want to catch a rally heading back up before I get into it. So that's what I'm waiting for right now. And I'll just continue to watch and see. There we go. Now we're starting to get a lot less buyers coming in. So so I may just end up scalping a lot of these markets. If it gets pulled back down here to 44.22, that's probably when I'll jump in. So, all right, guys, I'll be back shortly. All right. Had a slight hiccup here. So I pulled the trigger. I'm in at 44.24 right now. And I see the sellers are still coming in. So we got a lot of buildup right in this area. So I'm going to see if we can just ride this for a quick scalp up right now. So I will be back, and my stop is set right here, 44.20 on this one here. So let me go ahead and set that really quick at 44.20. I might just have to market that one on out there. So stop. Okay, stop set at 44.20. All right, guys, I need to catch up. Fill you in. I haven't been at my computer for a couple hours here after this trade here. I got in at 44.24, had a stop set at 44.20, and it got stopped out for a few $100s. I have not been back in any trade since. This is obviously a trending day downward, so it is really difficult to say if I'm going to get back into another trade here. This just may be a lost day for a few $100, and that's okay too. I mean, we have days like this. I'm more of a counter trend type of trader, trying to catch bounces and things like that. But all those demand areas that were filled in on these charts, they was building up, but then they just got blown through. So at this point, now it's just kind of a watch thing, but it is now 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and I don't typically want to trade. But what I will look at, because we've had so much down pressure for the day, I will watch it. I'm going to come back in probably an hour or so and see if something like ES, we're sitting between the 1.5 and the 2 deviation line. If we can get a rise up from the overnight, and I'll just end up letting that one ride if I see some kind of a turnaround or get some kind of a divergence. We have a lot of buildup right here. So this is going to work as some type of an area. I'm just looking at the market profile. There's a lot of volume in this area. I mean, just a heap. So markets are slowing down now. I mean, everybody's wrapping up their trading if they haven't wrapped it up already. The institutional guys, and now just trying to figure out if this is going to continue down or if it'll be safe to get into a long trade if we start channeling again. So I mean, right now, we're still pushing down. So I'm gonna either wait for a channel when a channel starts happening, or some kind of a bullish candle formation to get into this scalp here. And it'll be for 5 contracts, and I just see if I can ride it up, just depending on which index I'm in, for probably about $800 or $900. And that's if before the markets close. If not, I'll get into a really cheap, well, not a cheap, but a really tight contract. May set a limit down here on the 2 deviation line at 2033, and with a 8 tick stop, and see if we can just ride it on back up overnight or during the Asian session where I'm not actually going to be watching it. So that's just kind of where we're at today. I'm down for the day a few $100. But again, when you trade with risk management, those days they can come and go. And, as long as we don't have like a string of 30 of them in a row, but markets don't typically trend for that long anyway. So just kind of basing it off of where a bounce is going to happen. So it would have been a nice ride down, but I wasn't looking for that type of trade today. So now just kind of watching now. So if I get into another trade, it may come on another video, as this one is really long already, or if I may just end up posting the results of it too. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.